Lapine Pauline!
Pretty please with the cherry on top, Charlotte! Journalist extraordinaire! I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as blubber beasts. It's true, isn't it? It has to be! I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial technology and even taken out a sizable bank loan. I'm begging you like the beggiest
Okay. I need you to calm down a little, Miss Lapine Pauline. I admire your passion for your research, and I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, but I'm afraid I'm not joking. The Blubber Beast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style—
Oh! Paimon sees what sounds like the report Lapine Pauline read in the Steambird wasn't in the news.
Funnily enough, I actually remember being in a meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stick. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubber beast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a specter. So I knew this story had helped out law enforcement, but this is the first time I'm learning of an innocent citizen being deceived by it.
Uh-oh. So Lapine Pauline's whole research project, which means we're not gonna get a big bonus after all. But more importantly, she's gonna lose everything she's invested.
Traveler! Paimon! You're back! I was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine Pauline about her research. She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices before I could get a word in. I unfortunately had to dash her hopes, and I'm afraid all your hard work was in vain too. She's desperately trying to find a way to rescue the project and get you the
This is a new situation for us too. It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
Wait, Miss Lapine Pauline, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick a fight with a Gardamex, head to the Opera at Biclès, and get a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Meropide. That way, I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can afford to keep on living.
Whoa, there's no need to go that far. I mean, come on, look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamex armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out. Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that,
200 and...
Okay, well, escaping to the Fortress of Meropide over a sum like that seems like a last resort.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one. My life is over.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis. The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier. In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many... Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum...
I can't... If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billion... Oh, maybe I should consider taking out another loan. That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process, be the first to market, and...
Come on! Stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before...
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? Paimon's pretty sure our advice went in one...
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her research has the potential to benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes and make sure...
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two take this prototype? It takes the right person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing sights.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. No bonus, no biggie. This makes everything worth it.
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of the boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
Take it easy.
That can't be right. Oh, but what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
Greetings, miss. Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help?
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, fine.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you.
Oh, you are exactly the helpers I need. See, the problem is that the fish around a fishing spot at Irenaeus have just all up and vanished recently. They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away. Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are...
So you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
Exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to you. Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the oracles you read about in fairy tales?
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll get a good night's sleep knowing the two of you...
But don't we just need to investigate the missing fish? It really doesn't...
No, you mustn't let your guard down. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I have good reason to believe that the fish have gone missing. Yes, you're both Outlanders, right? Our local fairy tales often speak of a terrifying underwater creature called Thelxie. The story our parents would tell us was always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by
a child-eating water imp? Did they...
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance. Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, everyone agrees that it's really dangerous. It lives in an underwater cave surrounded by pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose. And once it finds a child, it uses its alluring singing voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them whole. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kind of scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source. Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that...
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
It's all hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Irenaeus. That's no laughing matter if you had... Both the Opera House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish-heps on the island can understand human language. Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a terrifying water imp?
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our leg? You're just piling on the rumors now. Still, if someone's really been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation.
Oh, marvelous. Then I'll just mark the stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what, safety always comes first.
this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about? It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look. These look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if... Wait! Did you hear something just... What is that? Don't come any closer!
Paimon? Traveler? I'm sorry.
Fruminate!
Paimon, are you...
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp! Thank goodness it was...
Huh? A water imp? Thelxie, you say?
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else who's trying to investigate the water?
No. I think our situations are probably unrelated. Sure, if that's in order. I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Fruminate, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request. But out of respect, it's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessary.
The fish? These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish, well, it was probably...
So that's all it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Yes, I think...
So in the end, it was just Fruminate. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to thank you.
Actually, how much work do you still have left, Fruminate? Maybe we could lend you a hand.
Thanks for offering.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know.
But don't you need to report back to your
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out. Even though we were if we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back. Exactly! So if we can help you finish...
Is that what you'd like to do as well? Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a I've stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Thelxie! So that's Fruminate's version of Thelxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear. It's not really anywhere.
Hey, Thelxie! Nice to meet you! Do you know how to say...
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so...
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. I have 2 other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most...
That doesn't sound too hard. And what's the other thing?
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to
Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend.
What an imaginative employer! Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world.
Whoa, Thelxie just said something again! Could he have...
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something...
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so... Here we go. I have this testing manual, so want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards. Okay, knowing you... You're doing well.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after... Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Okay, that's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search. This is it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect... Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out. These should be enough. Let's head back to camp.
Take it easy.
Ah, Fremine, you're back. I thought you might have been at...
I'm sorry, Madame d'Estray. I must have kept you waiting.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor.
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy
Yes, I see. I suppose it's a...
It's really nice to meet you, Madame d'Estray. Are you Fremine's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
Oh, do you really think so?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water.
Obsessed with...
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet?
Well, Fremine told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Fremine is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the but it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen?
Sure, you can tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water.
Infatuated?
Yes. He told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What do you...
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old. It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many...
Oh no. Is it a very serious...
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the Traveler now.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the Traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare,
There aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and...
Then what is he seeing?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see...
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as the...
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusion?
Alas, most of the time he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy. He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world. But since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book.
Ah! So Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Femine need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie and help him regain his crown, but my child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Fremine here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the...
Ah, like a stand-in for your son! Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a water imp king?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Fremine to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the kingdom of water imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll...
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously...
So we'll be playing it straight? Or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep. Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my... We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelx.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps? All right, everyone. Let's meet again.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Fremine, do you think her plan...
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few...
Take it easy.
What is it, Fremine?
If you don't mind... This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong, and will do everything you can to help the child. But with this, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome.
Fremine, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything?
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
So that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Fremine, don't tell Paimon that you...
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the house. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind to environmental factors and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains. And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases...
What? It can get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst-case scenario, I would prefer...
Yeah, that's right. Paimon's seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real life...
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's... But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you...
Well, maybe because I have also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it. So I believe in the
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark! Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just... Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents, and Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who...
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Well, I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear.
Femine, are you sure?
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of it might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only...
Specific times? Like when you put on...
Yeah. That...
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling, both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous thing.
Really? Like a miracle?
Well, if that's in order.
Hey, don't you still need time to work on Felxie's weapon? We don't want to keep you from finishing your commission.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Pi. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here.
Game's up.
Fun's over.
Shower me with praise!
Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Is your child feeling...
Thank you for your concern, Fremine. His condition is fairly...
Zuria, Fremine, we're here!
Seems like everyone's...
Not quite. Aren't we missing some? Hey, Doug! Whoa! Thalxie's got himself a sword and a shield now!
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thalxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Fremine.
We helped you!
Yes, you really had a good eye for materials. Everything you found was... Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, you can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but...
Seems like everything's ready to go.
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking, since Thalxi has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference?
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to—
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to—
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thalxi's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else? Color. Color, yes, that's really important. The road in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with— Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful! Splendid ideas, everyone.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
I'm sure he is, Zarya.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So let's get—
Yay! Thalxi's fantastic adventures begin now! Materials that we can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremini.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for—
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater room? So these are the underwater ruins that Fremini found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining. Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just— Paimon thought we'd actually see a fairy tale world. Like with the water imps
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do it by—
Whoa, someone's already—
Seems like the travelers already got the gist of things. You should do—
Don't underestimate Paimon! Paimon can flip the switch too! Now, and Ahem. Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land.
We are the companions of Prince Thalxi, your divine highness. We have come to help him
Oh, reclaiming your glory! Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has?
Huh?
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! Ahem. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow off, and as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory.
My gratitude to your divine highness for such generous blessings.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration?
Ahem. Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over. Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just as the evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called...
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your highness, please show them what you're made of.
Let the world collide!
Hey! Going under! Getting gear! Frost is coming!
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitcher of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His highness is so strong that even a diviniture of the deep would pose no threat to him.
It's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the...
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thalxi's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, it was my mistake. I should have told Fremine earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong. We just eradicated all the monsters and...
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once...
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time.
Thalxi's turning out to be a real expert at fighting.
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the...
We can add an update to Thalxi's fantastic adventures as well. Now that we've reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book. Zuria and Fremine, why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book. Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then, after overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thalxi and his brave companions finally arrived at the end. At this time, the little fairy in the group, Paimon, revealed her true goddess form to...
Woohoo! The goddess has arrived! She praised the companions for their purity, and to reward them, she bestowed upon them many blessings, and even prayed that the prince would be able to fulfill his goal.
Bathed under the goddess's glory, the prince and his companions charged into the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment.
Oh no, the crown isn't ready!
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to...
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it. Whoa, the pages are beautiful. Zuria's really talented at drawing.
Thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to it, my child. You'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes.
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good...
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh,
Please don't worry.
then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure. And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
All right, it's about time we start heading off too. You've still got some work to do, right,
Yeah, I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs.
Yeah. Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated. Because...
It's because...
what's the matter? And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
All right. We won't bother.
Okay, thank you. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able...
Another test subject. Try!
Let my name echo in song! Billowing surge! Allow me!
I got careless.
I see everything!
Killjoy! Only just begun.
Care for the dance.
Everyone hold hands! Let the world collide!
Dance with me! Care for the dance.
Higher, pants on fire!
Dance!
Hey! Time to shine! Strike a pose!
Don't be a killjoy!
Another
I
test
see
subject.
everything!
You can't run!
Draw's over!
Care for the dance.
Another test.
Let my name echo in song! Hold the line! See? This isn't good!
Dance with me! The show's only just begun.
Bring refuge!
Not done yet. Care for the dance.
Try!
Don't be a killjoy!
Dance with me!
Hold the line! A minute to memory!
Be a good audience, won't you?
Another test subject.
Let the world collide! Higher, hands on fire!
Another test subject.
Let's be pretty little. Everyone hold hands! Let my name echo in song! Rest and rebuild!
Things are about to get dicey.
Grow, grow, grow! Let the world collide! A brash maneuver! Covenant of the deep! I see everything! Shower me with praise!
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Time to shine!
Here comes the cash. Busted.
Let the world collide! Billowing surge! Hold the line! Everyone hoping! Time to shine!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Covenant of the deep! Allow me! This play's pretty to look at. Strike a pose! Let the world collide!
Gotcha. Here comes the cash.
Torrent, bring refuge! I see everything! Time to shine!
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Grow, grow, grow! Let my name echo in song!
Feeling
Time to shine! Shower me with rest and rebuild! God's over! Go! I see everything!
Come on!
Billowing surge! Time to go!
Close enough.
This play's pretty to look at.
Lucky today.
Let the world collide!
Following orders.
Hey,
Lucky today.
Torrent, bring refuge! Higher, higher, hands like fire! See? Phew. Everyone hold hands!
Coming was
I
foretold.
see everything! Let my name echo in song! Striker, allow me! Everyone hold hands! Let the world collide! God's over! See? Time to storm! Where do you think you're Shower me with praise! Billowing surge! Hold the line! Grow, grow, grow! Time to shine!
Your coming was
Time to
foretold.
go! Make yourselves at home!
A new job.
Hey! Let my name echo in song! Strike a pose!
Here comes the cash. Quietly now.
Rest and rebuild!
your dues.
Let the world collide!
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Covenant of the Deep!
No escape.
This way, turn a little.
Let my name echo in song. Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Have a little taste of this.
Billowing surge!
That's you.
I see everything! Let the world collide!
Here comes the catch.
Allow me! Covenant of the Deep!
Busted.
Pay your dues.
Minute to memory! Grow, grow, grow! This way, turn a little. Sharing my knowledge! Everyone hold hands!
Let my name echo in song. Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
I see everything!
Strike a pose. Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Torrent, bring refuge! Rusty, rebuild! Committed to memory! Grow, grow, grow! Time to shine! Shower me with praise!
Gotcha.
Take!
Here comes the catch.
The Temple of Wisdom!
Let my name echo in song.
Covenant of the Deep! Hold the line! Time to shine!
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Sharing my knowledge! This way, turn a little. Committed to memory.
Quietly now. Let my name echo in song. Strike. Things are about to get dicey.
Everyone hold hands! Torrent, bring refuge! A new punch. I see everything. Time to shine. Yoo-hoo! Game's up. Fun's over.
A new punch. Lucky today.
Hey. Roll.
Gotcha.
Let the world collide!
Following up.
Feeling lucky
Things
today.
are about to get dicey. Busted.
Committed to memory. This may hurt a little.
Your coming was foretold.
I see everything.
Here comes the cash.
I'm getting sick. Covenant of the deep. A brash maneuver.
Eternal as a sapphire.
Time to shine. Shower me with praise.
For the eternal oasis.
Game's up. Fun's over.
The outsider.
Hey! Let the world collide! Billowing surge! Allow me!
Target practice. Lucky today.
I see everything! Strike at the...
Here comes the cash.
Stretch your wings and raise a star.
Where do you think you're going?
Sharing my knowledge!
A new punching.
Everyone hold hands! Yoo-hoo!
Here you are.
I see everything! Let's move out. Committed to memory!
Following orders.
Feeling lucky today.
Yeah! Time to shine! Roll! Shower me with praise!
Following up.
Everyone hold hands! Covenant of the deep! Hold the line!
Scatter. That's enough.
A new punch. Lucky today. Come on.
Let my name echo in song!
Burn! Ha! Ha!
Everyone hold hands. Rest and rebuild.
Ha! Following orders.
I see everything.
Lucky today.
Let the world collide.
Verdict is... Following orders.
Hey,
Lucky today.
allow me.
Coming with her toes.
I see everything.
Time to shine! Ow! I'm getting sick of this game. Don't wait!
Burn!
The outsider.
Let the world collide!
Commit it to memory. Grow, grow, grow. Billowing surge. Allow me.
Verdict is...
Raise a storm.
Shower me with praise!
Today's the final day of Milksy's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Fermine at his camp.
Hello, Paimon.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of,
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad they...
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about...
Huh? What, Fremine? Diving? No. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. 100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old.
Wait, Lescaut de Stray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one...
It can't be, right? Lescaut de Stray?
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please
Take it easy.
Excuse us. Is anyone here?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
This is the residence of Zuria Destri, and I'm Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had...
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Oh. So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days...
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But that might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old...
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything.
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then, all the other things that she told us...
No, those were all real. Although, they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we...
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth and the children who...
Dr. Jala Khan,
have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked?
Yes, this is it. That's right. If what Dr. Jean Lacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria. So we should complete this. We need to show her that her child has
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again. There's no time to waste.
We're here again. This is the final part of Thelxie's journey, but the most
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled...
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish, and then she'll be able to recover, right, everyone?
Yeah, I'm sure she...
Oh! Be careful, brave adventurers! Here comes the evil monster that stole the crown! There! Can each these Cyclops?
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear! Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today! He must be going all out!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Oh, this is the thing, right? We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness!
Mystic cleanup! Frosted coming! Getting gear! Frosted coming!
Let the world collide! Committed to memory!
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me! Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method.
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just...
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his...
I see. Madame, please rest...
Zuria! Zuria!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place. Because we felt like you should...
Wonderful! How wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you here?
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting.
Right, the picture book.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete.
The water imps. finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold,
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone. Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment,
the prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was Zuria. Walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said,
"That's the end of the story, Zuria."
Thank you. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Maman loves you.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
"Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription.
Maman.
But I love you more, Maman.
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Of course, my dearest child.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite.
My poor darling. Please don't
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the good night, Maman.
Traveler, Paimon.
Fremine! Why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria?
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to...
That's wonderful!
Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some...
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to...
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is...
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she...
Oh, really?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
But what else can it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale you saw it too, didn't...
But that can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Take it easy.
Everyone hold hands.
Let my name echo in song!
Busted. Take it easy.
Just my turn a little. Yeah. I see everything.
Shower me with praise!
Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding. Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with... different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? Take it easy.
Surprise! Truly an extra slice. Of joy.